Who you spend your time with is who you become. And in my life, I've been part of 6 different community groups that have focused each on a different specific goal. And every time I invested my energy into one of these groups, I found success in that area. The lesson I learned is that building relationships and creating accountability with people who share the same interest over a long period of time guarantees success. The key is to pick the right goal and the right group. Okay, I want to tell you a little backstory about how I got here, and then I want to tell you what I'm most excited about in the future and why we're at what I believe to be one of the biggest moments in the history of the internet. The first group that I found really like-minded people that had accountability and a shared goal was the Army. First day that I joined, they told me, you will get out of this what you put in. And that was really good life advice, but it was wasted on an 18-year-old, but it's a good theme to remember throughout this video. Now, I only did 4 years in the Army, and while I wasn't a bad soldier, I didn't really excel because it wasn't a great fit for me. Most of the people that I was with were great, and the American military has an unbelievable structure for taking apathetic slackers and creating true warriors, for which I am eternally grateful, but I'm just a little bit too rebellious in nature for the military. I also didn't want my success to be limited by a predetermined rank structure. Also, I don't really like invading innocent countries, so I had to go. In the early 2000s, I was finding new communities online. I was really into cars at the time, so I joined a car forum, made a ton of friends around Volkswagens. I still have some of those friends to this day. The community was good, the people were right, but the goal was wrong. Cars are a hobby that should be exclusively reserved to the really rich or the really irresponsible. I was poor. And when you're poor, spending time and money on appreciating toys is a terrible, terrible use of resources. Next, I started hanging out in this health and fitness forum. I got into weightlifting, and this place was mostly full of weightlifting meatheads. I found a really good home here. We did challenges, we had camaraderie, and the goal of physical self-improvement is a great one that anybody should undertake. I had high engagement, and that led to like a high level of success. I ended up lifting some really big weights over the years because I had the right goal. I had ongoing accountability, and I had great people. The only criticism I have about that group was that like weightlifting in general is sort of a diminishing set of returns, meaning like you can put a lot of energy into, getting ripped or getting in shape or lifting heavy weights, but at the end of the day, you're just gonna be really strong in a world where the most you have to do with your strength is lift groceries. So the ceiling was low. Then in 2013, I found BiggerPockets, and boy, everything changed. My life's trajectory really dramatically shifted. I had the right goal to create financial freedom through passive income by investing in real estate. The community at BiggerPockets was the best one I had been part of yet, and probably 90%, maybe more, of my real life friends today I've met through BiggerPockets. I gave a lot of myself to that community, and I still do. I have thousands of forum posts. I made dozens of YouTube videos for them. I'm the photographer for their conferences, and I have a decent track record for real estate as well. 9 single family homes, 2 apartment buildings, flipped a bunch of houses, started some Airbnbs, reached financial freedom 3 years earlier than my original goal. Bro, right people, right goal. Downside, not much accountability. The reason it worked is that I was hyper obsessed with the goal, but there was nobody there to check up on me and give me a roadmap towards higher levels of success. And that's ultimately why I started looking for something new. So I joined the War Room, a mastermind exclusively for active and veteran service members, and I love this place. I would not have been able to do my last few large apartment building transactions had I not been in that group. I'm gonna continue to be part of the War Room, and if you're prior service or active duty military, you should consider joining. These people are great, it's a great group, it's a great accountability, but I got out of the military a long time ago, bro. I mean, I don't look old, but it was a long time ago. The military, as much as I love the people and there's an inherent sense of camaraderie among military members, prior and active, it's not really enough to glue me to a bigger goal. Also, I find that groups that are hyper focused on making money are generally only interested in making money, and I am way too diverse of a person to be doing and talking about just one thing. I am interested in money, but I'm also interested in photography, storytelling, travel, philosophy, reading, and every time I want to talk about these things in these communities, I have found myself to be lonely. For a while now, I've been on the hunt for this perfect mythical unicorn community, a group of people who are focused and committed to growth in a multitude of different areas, including wealth, but not exclusively to wealth. A group that will hold me accountability and that will allow me to create deep relationships while getting to the next level of success in life, again, wealth and other areas. Then this week, this guy I know, Brandon, announced a project called Better Life, and it might actually be the perfect group. at least for me. It's growth oriented, a variety of different areas, it's accountability, and it's the first week it opened. I find it hyper exciting to be part of something really early, day one. That's really appealing to me. There's been a lot of things that I've missed over the years that by the time I found them, it's sort of stale. I don't like that. I want to be in early. So I'm 100% committed to being part of this Better Life thing. But I find the timing to be particularly remarkable. I think that these communities are going to start popping up more and more. There's some of them out there already, but it's going to become a bigger deal, and I'll tell you why. For centuries, the biggest barrier, the most important barrier to wealth has been access to information and people. And over the last 10 years, the internet has done a magnificent job of making all the world's information available to everyone easily and for free, which means I think the next evolution of the internet is going to be paid access to people. This Better Life Tribe is a paid community, just like GoBundance and The War Room and many others. And I resisted this for a long time, paying for friends. I used to be cynical about it, but I've seen too many of my peers find wild success by being part of these high achiever groups, and I am done missing out. Now, I don't know what community is right for you, but I know that most people don't think about this choice at all whatsoever. They just sort of meander through life, choosing social groups without any intention at all whatsoever, and this is just a bad strategy, no matter what your goals are. So when choosing communities, remember, you gotta have the right goal. You gotta have something productive. It's gotta have a high ceiling. You gotta have accountability. That's regular meetings to challenge and push each other. And you need people to be bought in as much as you. If you combine this set of effects, I guarantee that magic will happen. Okay, that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this is useful. And this year, when you're thinking about these new opportunities, I want you to ask yourself, instead of being a cynic like me, ask yourself over and over and over again, what could go right?